All right, here we are for round number 5 against Vizifer. Would I like to play first? Yes, I would. Have we been on the play every round? I don't know. We've had a mulligan a lot, though, that's for sure. This hand seems okay. It's really slow, though. Can't exclude anything till turn 4. We do have one piece of earlier interaction, though. Opponent also mulliganed. I don't think I can afford to keep another land, even though it would mean that I could exclude on turn 3. I just need a little more action, like especially if this exclude isn't good. All right. Looks like the exclude on turn 3 would have been quite good, actually. I don't know what's up with my... Okay. I don't know what's up with my stuff being all wonky. Our opponent mulliganed into a 1-land hand, and unfortunately for them, their 1 land was a snow-covered mountain, so they can't actually cast anything. Comes an Augur Bolas, of course. Oh, Delver. Yeah, I don't care about Delver. I think I'll let the Delver live for a turn, just so I can exclude something if I need to. And then next turn I can just Firebolt it and exclude the Spell Stutter. Didn't blind flip. See if this is just a ninja. I wouldn't mind a ninja, I would just kill it. What I'm hoping for is an Augur or Bolas here that I can exclude. No? Well, alright. That's a good one. I'm just going to bolt the Delver in their upkeep. Brainstorm, huh? Yeah, I still actually want to bolt this in their upkeep rather than right now, because I want them to Spell Stutter it, so I can exclude the Spell Stutter. So, and I also get to see what they put on top, because they're putting something on top that's going to flip the Delver. So I get to see their card. Flame Slash, not good against us. Yep. Hopefully they don't have a daze, because we do get pretty owned if they have a daze, but otherwise we're like pretty far ahead. Let's see if they've got another Delver. No, just a fairy. I'll go ahead and Firebolt that fairy. Hold up exclude again. Take that stop off their upkeep. Alright, there's the Augur. Things are going well for us. It would have been nice, obviously, to draw a land at some point in here, but things are going really well for us so far. Just can't buy another land. Neither can our opponent, I guess, but... Now when I go to counter this, they can counterspell it, unfortunately. But that's alright. Yep, oh gosh. Sure. Gush is a nice little card to have here. See, they're going to play now. Ponder. Don't care about Ponder. They don't have a lot I would care about. Ideally, I want to counter the Augurs because they're a 2-for-1. But other than that, I don't really care about countering too much of their stuff. Like, obviously, I don't care about this fairy at all. And draw with the accumulated knowledge just because it's a little more efficient. Let's go ahead and... I'm just going to Electric it. Alright. So exclude is really good against this deck because they can it's really hard for them to Spell Stutter it. For one, they've already got a Spell Stutter on the stack most of the time, and for two, it's just a lot of mana. Like, they've got to have a lot of fairies to deal with it. Okay, that's a decent draw because now I can pieces and hold up Counterspell. Dispel seems good, and I guess I'd rather have a Bolt than another Flame Slash. I already have kind of a lot of Flame Slashes. So I don't think they've been able to brainstorm this and shuffle it away. I didn't really pay attention to when they, like I know they brainstormed to put stuff on, no, they brainstormed, put this on top and drew it. So I don't think they played a brainstorm since then. Okay, cool, we drew a land. That was what we needed to draw most. Keep drawing lands would be good. Not a land. I'll just discard this deep analysis. It's fine. And then next turn, I guess I can just cast that if I don't draw a land. I'd like to draw one more land before I play this flurry. Alright, let's cast Preordain. See if my opponent wants to spell stutter it. I'll exclude the first spell stutter, and then I'll like bolt another one. Alright, I exclude it. Counterspell gets eaten by Dispel. Alright, awesome. Preordain. Let's go top. Okay, and I could flashback the deep analysis, but I don't feel like discarding, so here we are. Okay. Kind of wish I still had my Electrickery, but whatever. Alright, I Flame Slash you. Counter the Spell Stutter. Great. So I think my opponent still has this mostly dead Flame Slash. You have to be a little careful. They're going to be able to kill like a couple of my flurries. How many counterspells have they used? One counterspell. Just one. Alright, let's cast Pieces then. Let's just grab... just grab all the flurries. Pow. Got all the flurries I could ever want. So, I don't know exactly what I am afraid of from my opponent. Seems like we're in pretty good shape this game. They didn't get a fast start on us, and they haven't been able to stick any fairies on the board. They only have one spell stutter left in their deck. Did I counter 2 augurs so far? I countered 2 augurs so far. Swiftwater. So let's just play one of these. Okay. I assume they're both gonna die to burn spells, but I'm obviously not gonna protect the Minotaurs themselves. Like, it's okay if they want to just 2-for-1 themselves a couple times. That was why I decided to keep these flurries in my hand instead of discarding them. Brainstorm is fine. So that was why I didn't want to, like, it would have been nice to take another pieces of the puzzle, but I don't want to have to defend my last Minotaur from like these otherwise dead Flame Slashes and Screds. Okay, now I've got double counterspell up. So I'm going to protect these in the sense that I'm going to make sure they resolve, because then they are 2-for-1, but I'm not going to protect them once they're in play. All right, Brainstorm. What you got, opponent? What do you got? Augur. Probably worth countering. They can't have counterspell up. They might have a dispel, but that's alright. I could have just let that resolve, but it represents another spell. So that was a Scred. So they still have this Flame Slash, or they use it. Maybe it's that one. Alright, Delver is just not important at all. Decide, do I have a Firebolt in here? Yeah, I do. I'd rather just Lightning Bolt it. Alright, Flurry. We're getting in there. Well, this went swimmingly. I should have probably flashback the deep analysis there, but game's over. Cool. So this is a tough one. Obviously, Pyroblast is amazing. I want all those. Can I move them? Okay. And then Electricity I want. I have to decide how many of these types of cards I want. So they're going to have their own Pyroblasts. So I think I want like 2 Hydroblasts. And they're going to have Pyroblast, Hydroblast, Counterspell, Dispel. So I probably want some more Dispels as well. But that's a lot of cards. I don't think I can take out 10. So let's see what I want to take out. Flame Slash, kind of unnecessary. I don't really want the Sorcery Speed removal. I'd rather just stick to what I have here. So that's 4 cards. So that's 4 Pyroblasts in. Then what else? Deep Analysis is very good against them. I wish I didn't need these flurries, but I think I do need them. It's got 1 Firebolt for 1 Electricity. Maybe I just need to cut like the preordains and stuff, or maybe I need to cut lands so I don't get flooded. Or maybe like a pieces. I know I'm not supposed to cut deep analysis against this deck. Cut 1 pieces for 1 more dispel. Problem is I don't want to like just get run over by creatures that happen to resolve, like a Delver killing me, or like it's a disaster if you get hit more than once by a ninja. Like that second ninja hit is like impossible to beat. I think I'm gonna go with this. On the draw, I could probably consider cutting a land. Maybe let's cut this sandbar. And then I'll put in 1 Hydroblast. No, Dispel is just better than Hydroblast, right? Yeah, Dispel is just a strictly better Hydroblast. Okay, let's try this. We'll see. So if I have a Dispel and I really needed it to be a lonely sandbar, we'll see what happens. Dispel's a little scary against this deck because it gets countered so easily by Spellstutter Sprite, and it can't counter Spellstutter Sprite, so it's a little dangerous. This is a tough one. We have all our best cards. I'm going to keep it. So if this Dispel were a lonely sandbar, we would potentially have a very good hand here. So my big problem here is I'm going to Swiftwater Cliffs on turn 1, and then if I... Okay, so I hit another land, so I should be okay. But like I can't preordain on turn 2 if I don't have an answer to Spell Stutter. So hopefully I draw a Pyroblast here. That'd be my best draw. Or my opponent could just not have anything good. That would be also good for me. So let's see if this gets hit by a Pyroblast. It might. Didn't. Don't really have time for more preordains, and I do need just any land, so I'd like more islands, of course, but I just need any land at this point. So my hand is full of card advantage. I just have to make sure I don't get tempoed out. But like I could easily lose here to this Augur Bolas, finding something, and then a ninja hitting me, and then I would just lose. It's interesting my opponent held up red mana. I mean, obviously it probably means I have a Pyroblast, but I only had red mana up for my own Pyroblast. Yeah, so like if this hits me, if this is like a ninja that hits me, I'm gonna be in huge trouble. Okay, it wasn't. Nothing. Pyroblast is pretty good. Let's go ahead and cast Pieces of the Puzzle. Hopefully it gets countered. Perfect. My big problem is that I don't have an answer. Okay, Ash Barrens. I don't have a way to get lands right now, and I don't have answers to stuff on the board very much. Now though, if they ninja, I can at least Pyroblast the ninja and Dispel. Yeah, the problem is I can't Dispel Spell Stutter. So, okay, they went bottom, and bottom, so that's good. Okay, Fairy. Okay, Boilerworks is pretty good. I think I'm just going to discard my Deep Analysis. possibly should have just tried to cast pieces of the puzzle again, see if my opponent fell for it again. Going right into attacks. Can't afford to Pyroblast yet, but I'll probably be able to next turn. So if I just play my mountain, if I play my mountain, I can exclude Pyroblast and Dispel. So that seems pretty strong. I mostly have to make sure that no more creatures enter the battlefield this game from my opponent. So I have to be pretty careful about my removal here. Gonna wait another turn here. I've got some time. I do have to be careful that I don't get down too low that I could get burned out, but I'm not scared yet. What I am scared of is a ninja. If I just spew off a Pyroblast in one of these and they put in a ninja, I just lose. So don't want that to happen. This looks like a gush. I think I'll let a gush happen. Hopefully they draw like one spell and one land. I could have dispelled it, but I want them to play like 5 creatures right here, and then I just lose the game. That might happen anyway. All right, step 1 complete. It's accumulated knowledge. See if that gets spell stuttered. Didn't. What about the next one? Is that one getting spell stuttered? This is pretty bad for me if my opponent has basically anything, but whatever. I assume there's just gonna be another spell stutter here. Okay, counterspell. So I got 2 for 1 here. I do need to find an Electrickery. Firebolt. Let's go ahead and Firebolt the spell stutter. It's tough. If they have a ninja, I'd rather they pick up one of the other ones, but if they have another Fairy Miscreant, I would rather obviously have hit the Fairy Miscreant. Okay, they still got the mountain. Island's gone. Can't believe we haven't seen a ninja yet. But speak of the devil and he shall appear. Here it is. That's a nice top deck for my opponent. I assume they would have used it before now if they could have. Hopefully they tap low and play that auger and then I exclude it. I'm gonna exclude that too. See if they play on it. This fairy might be resolving, of course. Let's just dispel the Pyroblast. If they have another spell stutter, then it is what it is. Looks like it's gonna get us, yeah. They didn't need to tap those for Gush, but okay. I really need this to work. All right. Draw a card. So they do get to play their... They get to play their auger now. Ugh, they drew another fairy. So I need to draw my Electrickery, one of them at some point pretty soon. I'm a little surprised my opponent didn't play their auger there. Opponent went top, top. Okay, that's a good one. Let's see. So I can play... Yeah, let's play the Firebolt for my... Well, let's play the pieces of the puzzle first. Ooh, some nice ones. Rather have the Pyroblast. I'm just gonna kill their stuff, I think. No, if they want to ninja one of those, I'll let them. I'd rather hold up Electricity plus Pyroblast or Counterspell plus Pyroblast. I don't want to just give them free reign this turn to play like Augur, plus like a bunch more stuff. I do have to be careful though, like I can't just speed off Electricity here on their turn. Okay. I think I have enough stuff to protect it. I'm going to use it in the upkeep. Interesting. They still have a mountain in their hand, and they also have an island. I think this Preordain's gone though. So let's go ahead and Electricity here. I'm going to exclude. Okay. Let's just Pyroblast that. I'm running a little short on spells here. Hopefully my opponent... I know my opponent has a couple lands in hand, but I don't know how many they have. Alright. So that worked, and hopefully they try to resolve an Augur and they can't through my exclude, but we'll find out. Delver resolves. Delver I'll just Firebolt. Augur I'm going to exclude. Well, let's see if they have a Pyroblast left. Nope. So, gonna just Firebolt that Delver. Goodbye, Delver. Then I'm going to Deeply Analyze. Should have probably Deeply Analyzed first, but I didn't. So I think we've kind of run our opponent out of stuff. I still think they have this mountain that they showed us like a long time ago. Maybe they don't, but I think they do. I do have to be a little careful. My opponent could burn me out now that I'm down to 6. I'm only 2 lightning bolts away, but they should maybe not necessarily have lightning bolts still in their deck. I'm going to answer for a couple lightning bolts if I really need it. And the Swift Outer Cliffs actually basically just counters a lightning bolt. Now that I'm at 7. Okay, they played the mountain out. Opponents are on tons of lands. They should probably not be playing them all out, because they do have Brainstorm. I don't have a Brainstorm or anything, so it's not something that I'm concerned with. This game is making me think I should have probably boarded out my Flurry of Horns, because I would have probably, at least some of them, because I would have probably lost this game like at any point. If like most of my cards, if I had drawn a Flurry of Horns instead of what I drew, I would be in really bad shape. Okay, drew a great card. Our hand is stacked right now. I assume our opponent's is too. They aren't hitting their land drops, I don't think. We're ahead on cards, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Not that it matters, because I do still have those flurries in. I think I left them all in, right? Yeah, looks like it. I think I'm going to board one of them out. Okay. Our hand is great. Kind of want to dispel that. Doesn't do anything, but I'm going to have to discard my dispel pretty soon anyways. I'll probably just discard a bolt. Alright, what's my opponent going to do? Kind of disagree with casting anything until they get to 8 cards, because I'm at 7. Yeah. Hopefully I draw land. Cool. Flurry would have been a nice draw too. Another Brainstorm. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'd rather just discard my Bolt than spend my Dispel to counter a Brainstorm. It's a little tough call a bit, but I think it's not that bad of a play. So, Delver resolves. I think I will probably bolt it. Oh yes. Now I will Electricity them both. It's going to be pretty tough for our opponent to come back from this, I think. If we get really lucky, they'll play a couple more things. I don't know how many Fairy Miscreants they have left. It looks like they've got 1, 2. Stormbound Geist I'll exclude. Don't have any exile spells, so I'll exclude that. My opponent's gonna try to counter it. I guess I'll Pyroblast that, because I have 2 Pyroblasts. I want to keep my Dispel for their Pyroblast. Spell Stutter is gonna make my opponent feel real bad right here when I get just the insane blowouts. Jeez, opponent. They're probably gonna concede to this. They got so wrecked. Yeah, cool. So we lost to kind of like the nut drop from Stompy, and then I don't remember the other game we lost to Stompy, but I assume that we just didn't quite get there. But we went 4-1. I'm like a 4-1 machine. I would say that like 70% of my leagues I go 4-1 in, and I almost never go 3-2, and I don't get a lot of 5-0s either. So here's another 4-1 to add to the list of 4-1s. Pretty fun deck. I like it a lot. That was a cool game against Tron for sure, where we got to mill them out after they played the Circle of Protection red on us. So that's something you need to be aware of. I mentioned it in the deck tech that you need to play the Flaring Pain anytime that you're expecting people to be playing Circle of Protection red. I didn't really expect it out of my Marasa Tron opponent, but they had it, and it was pretty tough to win, that's for sure. But I think the opponent didn't quite understand what the matchup was about once they played that Circle of Protection. I can't win with damage, so all that mattered was milling, and they just kept drawing and drawing cards. They kept playing Forbidden Alchemy and playing Forbidden Alchemy, especially. It's 4 cards you lose, so I don't think they quite played that right, but it is what it is. Yeah, this deck has a really good matchup against like a lot of the slower decks. You get to play all these excludes and stuff, and the accumulated knowledges are really great against like blue-black, especially. If they have a lot of removal, you saw that first game where opponent just had a bunch of removal, and I had all these, like, I didn't draw all my flurries fast enough, and I didn't get enough card advantage over them. There's nothing I could do to actually win. But normally you have a lot more permission than they do, because the deck is playing so many extra counterspells, especially post-board. We get all those Pyroblasts and Dispels. So yeah, I don't know. The deck is strong. I don't like the real glaring weakness is Boggles. You can basically never beat that deck with this deck. I would say that we're like maybe 20% to beat them if we snipe something real. We might not even be 20%. Like you have to snipe their stuff with an Electrickery, and then you have to counter all their creatures, and then you also need to like play the flurry early enough that they can't build up a hand of, because like if they get 7 mana and they get 7 creatures down or something, and you have 14 mana and you have like some excludes and you can't counter all their creatures or whatever, and that can happen too, where you just can't counter everything. So I'd guess that is a really terrible matchup. Other than that, the matchups across the board don't seem that bad. Got a lot of probably 50-50s, got a lot of 60-40s, I would guess. Blue-Red Delver felt pretty good. Exclude is just so good against that deck. And then Stompy, probably, I'd say we're a little favored against Stompy, but I actually don't know. It's probably pretty close to 50-50. So try it out. It's really cool as far as control decks go. It's right up my alley. A lot of you have asked me to play it before. It was pretty close to winning some of our other polls, and it's not a surprise. The deck is sweet. And that's pretty much it. I just want to remind you guys to subscribe down below. Let me know what you want to see in the videos. If you want to see more brews, there's still a couple top tier decks I want to play, so I'll get to some of those eventually. Also, just want to let you guys know, for anyone who's still listening, that I will be out of town next week, so I'm not going to be able to make very many videos, if any. I probably won't post any at all. I won't be able to make any, that's for sure. But I probably won't post any either. I'll probably get them all posted this week, the ones I'm making. So probably not going to get any. Maybe I'll have one go up live next week, but that's about it. And I think that's all. Just want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.